Hello everyone, welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Tuesday, February 13th. We're going to be talking some NBA DFS picks on both DraftKings and FanDuel. But before we get started, just want to say, I haven't made a video in a couple of days. Dealing with a couple different things that I had to take care of first off, but should be kind of back for now. And then with that being said, I'm not going to go over the recap from the prior day's picks, obviously, since it's been a couple days. But we'll get straight into the injuries, then talk about my picks on DraftKings and FanDuel for today. Starting off with the injuries, we have the Clippers and the Pacers. Clippers are going to be without Kawhi Leonard, Serge Ibaka, Pat Beverly, Yogi Ferrell, who just joined the team. Game time decision, we'll see if he ends up playing. I don't think he really matters too much if he does play or not. Then for the Pacers, just Miles Turner out once again. So pretty much what we've been seeing for a while from them now. The Atlanta Hawks are a big one because honestly, look at all these guys they have out or game time decision. So the newest ones is Tony Snell being out. And then you have Cam Reddish, DeAndre Jordan, Chris Dunn, John Collins. They've all been out for a little while. Gallinari looking like he's not going to play as a game-time decision. Trae Young, game-time decision. We'll see if he plays or not. He did miss the last game out. So it could be a little bit of a value spot there, just depending on if Trae Young plays or not. Bogdanovich is somebody that I do like quite a bit today, kind of with them not having quite as many reinforcements and guys that are putting up a ton of shots. Then for the Toronto Raptors, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Harris still out. Paul Watson, game time decision. So they're getting back to full strength besides Fred VanVleet, essentially. And then for the Lakers, same three guys out. They've been out for a while now. McKinney, game time decision. He does not really matter at all. Then for the Charlotte Hornets, same three guys out that have been out for a while now. PJ Washington, game time decision, but likely to play. Then we move down to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you got Deck, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Hall, Mike Muscala, Povashevsky, and Isaiah Roby all out. I believe last time I made a video is like the day Lou Dort and Baisley both came back. So they're both obviously in the mix today. I think Lou Dort's a little bit overpriced, but Baisley seems fairly priced on both sites today. Then for the Utah Jazz, Azubuike still out, Jordan Clarkson doubtful to play. Then Mike Conley is likely to play after missing the previous game. Then we move over to the Miami Heat. Victor Oladipo out. KZ Okpala is still out. And Vince is still game time decision. He's always a game time decision, so not too worried about him. So with Oladipo out, you're looking at more Kendrick Nunn, more Goran Dragic, maybe a little bit more Tyler Hero once again. Then for the Phoenix Suns, just Nader out once again. Then for the Boston Celtics, Evan Fournier, game time decision. If I remember correctly, he's been on the COVID list for a little while now, so we'll see if he's able to come back today or if it's going to be a couple of games from now. Then last but not least, we got Portland, and it's just Zach Collins out, so pretty much full strength for them. But that's a quick little rundown on the injuries for today. We'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off with point guard Brad Wanamaker, and $3,800 looking for 19 points out of him. Been playing decent minutes, been playing decently well recently, so cheap pay down option early on in the day today. Looking pretty good. Then at shooting guard, we got Paul George, $8,700, looking for 44 points out of him and playing very well. No Kawhi Leonard once again, so he's the main focal point of their offense. I think he's one of them guys that can get you to probably 50 points on tonight's slate. And on a slate like tonight, where there's not a lot of top-end talent, not a lot of guys that are probably going to score a lot of raw points, Paul George is looking very, very nice. And then at small forward, we got Bogdanovich for the Hawks, $6,800, looking for 34 points out of him. He's played very well when they've been missing pieces, when they've been missing bodies. It's a pay-up, but it's not a terrible pay-up in terms of what he's been able to do when other guys are not out on the court. Then at power forward, we got Jalen McDaniels, $4,300, looking for 22 points out of him. Averaging about 11 on the season, but he's been playing bigger minutes, been in that starting lineup, been playing fairly well recently. 29 minutes the last 3 games out, so not too much to worry about with him there. Kind of a pay down option, but not a super pay down option at the same time. So somebody I'm definitely interested in tonight. And then last but not least at center, we got Domantas Sabonis, $8,800, looking for 44 points out of him, averaging 47 on the season. No Miles Turner once again, so he's going to get a bulk load of the center minutes. Going against Zubac, not the best matchup in the world, but not bad by any means either. So should be a game that he can definitely take advantage of once again. But if you go with these 5 players over on DraftKings, you have $17,600 left over. Generally like to give you guys a little bit more money to spend, but not quite as many value picks out there early on today. So you have just under $5,900 per player. So, you can kind of pay up for a couple mid-range guys and a value guy, or you can kind of spread the wealth. As I always say, kind of test out different lineups, see what works for you. If you guys have any questions at all, especially when building lineups, feel free to leave a comment. Definitely do my best to help you guys out the best that I can. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So at point guard, I'm going Kemba Walker. Starting to play better the last 2 games. He's been getting the minutes. $6,600, looking for 33 points out of him, averaging just under 32 on the season. Goes against a very good matchup against the Portland Trail Blazers. So not too much else you can say about him here. Just looking like a solid play, and especially early on where there's not a ton of value. A guy that's, mid-range price, decent value. Can't go wrong there. Then at shooting guard, we got Paul George once again. A little bit more expensive on FanDuel, $9,000. Looking for 45 points out of him. Pretty much everything we said on DraftKings. No Kawhi Leonard. A guy that's going to give you a chance to get 50 points tonight on a slate where there's not a lot of guys that have the ability to do that is just super valuable tonight. Then kind of my yucky play of the day, and that's small forward Solomon Hill. Been starting at power forward for the Hawks. He's $3,700, looking for 18, 19 points out of him. He's been getting more minutes. Not a great fantasy point per minute producer, but a cheap pay down option that's getting minutes. Can't go too wrong there. He's definitely a guy that shouldn't hurt you overall. It allows you to pay up for some other guys. Then at power forward, kind of talked about him in the injuries, and that's Darius Bazley. $5,800, looking for about 29 points out of him, averaging about 25 on the season. He goes against the Utah Jazz today. Not the best matchup in the world, but they don't have a ton of big men left for Oklahoma City with Roby and Pokusevski out, so his minutes are pretty solidified. He's back. He's healthy now. He's going to be a main part of this offense on a team that's not super talented. Bazley's probably one of the most talented players they actually do have still on their team. Then last but not least, at center, it honestly was yucky. There was not many people that were projecting well for me at all today. So I went with Zubac. $5,300, looking for 26, 27 points out. I'm averaging about 22 on the season. Goes against the Pacers, no Miles Turner, so he goes against Sabonis. He's not the greatest defensively, so maybe that helps him out. Maybe his minutes are a little bit more solidified. He maybe gets some more scoring opportunities with no Kawhi Leonard on the floor. Definitely a spot that he can take advantage of. Whether it works out today or not is a different story, but early on, Zubac is somebody that I do like at that center position. As always, these guys are subject to change. I'll post my updated lineups throughout the day as we get closer to lock time, as we get more news. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 guys over on FanDuel, you have $29,600 left over, $7,400 per player. So like I said, we're going to get some value coming out later on in the day. Kind of plug some of them guys in, pay up for some other guys, mix and match, and you're going to have a solid lineup tonight. But with that being said, these are my picks for today, April 13th, on both FanDuel and DraftKings. As always, I'll be listing all the news and starting lineups down in the comments below. And as always, if you guys have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. Definitely here to help you guys out the best that I can. And with that being said, if you guys are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. Definitely helps build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports. And that's truly one for you, the viewers, helping you guys with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you guys with your fantasy football teams, talking all the different football news this offseason. Like I said, just had that top 10 quarterback for the NFL draft come out couple days ago. Going to be doing the top 10 running back video as well, hopefully later today, if not today, tomorrow. So it should be out in the next 2 days for sure. You'll definitely want to check that one out as well, especially if you guys are into football, NFL draft. But with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. And like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos like this. Yes, I did take a break for a couple days and get some stuff figured out, but I'm back now and going to be doing that pretty much every day. If there's a day where I'm not going to be doing it, I'm going to try to make it a little bit more known. I kind of posted on Twitter that saying that I might not do it for a couple days, or I might do it at night before this kind of break that I took for a couple days. But then, like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of football content, especially regarding the NFL draft in the coming days, in the coming weeks, as we head up to that NFL draft time. If you guys don't already know, I'm part of the True North fantasy football team. We're going to be doing a live draft stream for pretty much each day of the NFL draft. So you'll want to be sure to check that one out over on their YouTube page as well. The link for that is down in the description below. I'll be part of the day 2 stream, and then if we do have a day 3 stream, which I'm working really hard to push for, I'll be doing pretty much all day on day 3. But with that being said, that's all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed. Hopefully you all do very well in NBA DFS tonight. And as always, if you guys have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. Definitely here to help you guys out the best that I can. And then last but not least, special little shout out to everyone watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It definitely means a lot to me. And I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.